Narcissistic women will turn you into the problem with these
Who, me?
tactics. Have you ever noticed how a relationship can slowly change until you start questioning your own reality? You entered with love, patience, and understanding, but somehow you became the person constantly apologizing. This is one of the most confusing experiences when dealing with narcissistic relationship patterns. A narcissistic woman may use subtle tactics that shift blame, distort situations, and make you feel responsible. The goal is often not solving the problem, but controlling the way you see yourself. One of the first tactics she may use is blame shifting during conflicts. Instead of focusing on her actions, she redirects the conversation toward your mistakes and weaknesses. Suddenly, the original issue disappears, and you find yourself defending your character. You begin explaining yourself repeatedly while she avoids taking accountability for her behavior. Over time, this pattern can make you feel like you are always the one causing problems. Another powerful tactic is creating a false version of events through manipulation. She may describe situations differently until you start wondering if your memory is actually wrong. This behavior can make you doubt your own feelings, reactions, and personal experiences. You may begin trusting her version of reality more than your own observations. Slowly, confidence decreases because you constantly question whether you are being unfair. A narcissistic woman may also use emotional reactions to escape responsibility. When confronted, she might become extremely angry, hurt, or offended to change the focus. Instead of discussing what happened, the conversation becomes about her emotional response. You may end up comforting her even though you were the one who felt hurt. This creates a cycle where your emotions become ignored while hers dominate the relationship. Another common tactic is playing the victim whenever she feels challenged. She may present herself as the person who is always suffering or being misunderstood. This can make you feel guilty for expressing normal concerns or setting healthy boundaries. You start thinking that protecting your own emotional needs makes you a bad partner. Eventually, you may silence yourself just to avoid creating another emotional storm. Some narcissistic individuals use comparison as a way to damage confidence. They may compare you with others to make you feel inadequate or replaceable. These comparisons are not always obvious but can slowly affect your self-worth. You may start working harder to prove your value and earn their approval. The relationship becomes less about love and more about constantly passing a test. Another tactic is using moments of affection as a reward system. She may become extremely loving when you behave according to her expectations, but when you disagree, she may withdraw affection or create emotional distance. This creates confusion because you start chasing the version of her you miss. You may believe that changing yourself will bring back the connection you once had. A narcissistic woman may also attack your character instead of addressing specific issues. Instead of saying what behavior bothered her, she labels you as selfish or uncaring. These personal attacks make you defend who you are instead of solving the disagreement. Gradually, you begin carrying negative labels that were never truly yours. This is how someone can make you feel like the problem in every situation. Another hidden tactic is creating double standards inside the relationship. She may expect understanding from you while refusing to offer the same in return. Your mistakes become major issues, while her mistakes receive excuses or explanations. This imbalance slowly teaches you that your needs matter less than hers. You may start accepting unfair treatment because you want peace more than conflict. The most damaging part of these patterns is how they affect your identity. A person who was once confident may begin feeling uncertain and emotionally exhausted. They may spend more time proving their innocence than enjoying the relationship itself. The constant pressure can make someone forget what healthy love should feel like. Love should create safety, not make you afraid of expressing yourself. Understanding these tactics does not mean every disagreement is manipulation. Healthy relationships involve mistakes, accountability, communication, and mutual respect. The difference is that healthy partners can discuss problems without destroying each other's confidence. They do not need to make one person the permanent villain to feel powerful. They work together to repair the connection instead of winning the argument. If you constantly feel blamed, confused, or responsible for another person's emotions, pay attention. A relationship should not require you to lose yourself just to keep someone else happy. Your feelings, boundaries, and perspective deserve to be respected and valued. Recognizing unhealthy patterns is the first step toward rebuilding your confidence. Because sometimes the biggest breakthrough comes when you finally stop accepting the role of the problem. Remember, the person who truly loves you will not constantly make you question your worth. They will not need to break you down to feel stronger inside the relationship. Real connection is built through honesty, compassion, and emotional responsibility. When you understand manipulation patterns, you regain control over your own story. And that is the moment you stop being trapped in someone else's version of reality